Today on Will It Ferment, we're going to try a popular cola beverage.
Will it ferment?
Again, the nutrition information on this one says it's about 10 grams of sugar per 100 mils, so plenty of sugar to go around. Often carbonation in a beverage is a byproduct of the fermentation process, so beers and carbonated ciders and stuff like that. The carbonation in there is a byproduct of the yeast fermenting the sugars into alcohol and carbon dioxide. This is an artificially carbonated beverage. I don't think I want all that CO2 in here. I think it's going to mess with things. So I think I'm going to try to shake it up. First I'm going to pour a little bit off because we need a bit of space. Listen to that ferment, that carbonation. Pour a little bit out. Yeah, look at that fizz. That should give us enough room to work with. Now the fun part is going to be, I can feel it go hard already, getting the CO2 out of this without making a bloody great mess everywhere. And I think we're probably just about there. So, out of curiosity, what happens if we take a reading on this? Stuck! Oh no! What are we gonna do? I think we're just gonna have to pour it in. Let's see what happens. Well, it's floating, but how much of that is because of the CO2 bubbles? Doesn't look like there's too many bubbles on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that reading, which is 1.040. That should give us about 5% alcohol once that's fermented out. And I'm going to try this Lalvin EC1118 yeast. I've not tried this before. It's a champagne yeast, I think, for sparkling wines. Well, this is certainly sparkling, so maybe that qualifies. So let's chuck about half of this in here and see what happens. A little bit more. I reckon that's about half. Give it a fun check. Still a little bit of carbon dioxide action going on in there. I don't have a airlock that will fit that bottle, so let's just go the old balloon method. Chuck that on there and see how that works. There's a little bit of yeasty foam there, but it doesn't look like there's actually much of anything happening in here. The balloon has gone completely flat, which looks almost like negative pressure in there. Don't know what's going on with this one. It doesn't seem to be working. This Kohler experiment continues to confound me. I think I'm going to call this one and say it's a fail. Earlier, I decided that the original Kohler experiment was a failure, and that's okay. This is science. And experiments don't always work. Sometimes they fail. Now, rather than keeping going, I've decided that this is now the end of the first Kohler experiment video, and we end in failure. But that's okay. Like I said, science. Sometimes we fail. I look forward to attempting the Kohler experiment again at a later date and as a separate video. I'll see you then.